to a fucking yoga company. No, not that kind of yoga. My name is Julia. Sorry, I'm, as usual, kind of behind my power curve. This is Viniyoga. If you are joining me in this space-time continuum, today is, well, in your space-time continuum, today is Friday. In my space-time continuum, today is Wednesday. I am pre-recording this because the beard has a colonoscopy. Yes, I'm laughing because I've already had one. So if you have had yours, you know that he's going to be doped out of his mind and he needs a ride to and from. And that's me. So I wanted to get this one in the can, so to speak, so that you would not be without your yoga on a Friday morning at 9 o'clock. Just FYI, today is extremely smoky for me, so I'm struggling a little bit already. I hope that you are in a better place or have the windows closed, or maybe that on the day you're listening, it would be nicer for you. We are going to do a Viniyoga modification of sun salutations today. I don't know, I actually stumbled upon it by my yoga instructor, River Cummings. Hi, River. And so that tickled me. So we're going to do that today. And although it's going to have my, of course, it's going to have my, spin on it. It is chilly, so be comfortable. We're going to start in comfortable seated position. The other thing about Viniyoga, which is why my window is mostly closed, is that it is we're going to focus on the breath. We're going to focus on the breath and body connection. So it's what's called the ocean. I call it an ocean swelling breath. We're going to inhale through the nose, if you can, into the chest, expanding the ribs and then expanding the belly. And as you exhale, we're going to engage the core to collapse the belly. My belly's feeling, there's my belly right there. We're going to engage the core and collapse the belly and take the air out of our lungs from the bottom of the lungs to the top. So we'll compress belly, we'll release ribs, we'll release chest and shoulders. We work in repetition. We're going to work mindfully and feel like I hate that word already. We're going to work very slowly and with care to pay attention to the breathing in our body. So that's kind of Viniyoga in a nutshell, to protect your joints and your spine. We are going to start in seated, which I'm sorry, River, I know you don't really love that beginning place, but that's where I'm at. So that's where we're starting. Comfortable seated position is whatever works for you. I like to sit on the edge of a blanket so that I can tilt my hips up and release tension in my tight hip flexors. You can sit with one leg out or one leg in. You can certainly sit with both legs extended, and you could even tuck a rolled towel or a bolster or blanket underneath your knees if that is also uncomfortable to you. If you're going to join me in pleasant seated pose, it is not crisscross applesauce. So crisscross applesauce cranks this knee up a little higher than it should be. And I want you to open up the angle of those knees and make sure that you are stacking your feet in parallel, not stacking, resting them in parallel on the mat. So one's not on top of the other. All right, so let's pull our attention and awareness from the external to the internal and take a scan of the body. We're going to check in and notice the state and quality of the physical form on this end, the very beginning of our practice. We're just noticing any places of tension or tightness you might already be having a response to. And then we're going to move that attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking and check in with what's going on in your brain. Maybe you're already had already started your to-do list. Maybe it's just gearing up in your queue. We want to slide those things off to the side and create a nice, clear, open field of thought so that we can spend our time on the mat and only on the mat. Now let's move that silence into the awareness of our breath, and we're just going to check in with our automatic breath, that intuitive rhythm without exerting any control. We want to notice the state and quality of that breath before we start breathing in rhythm and increasing the length of the breath. All right, let's start with our working into our ocean swelling breath. We're going to draw a breath in through the nose if you can. If not, just breathe through the throat, into the chest. Feel the space of the lungs expand under the ribs, and then draw the deepest breath into the space of the belly. And then we're going to exhale, releasing belly, relaxing ribs, and then letting chest and shoulders release. So let's start working through that rhythm, and we want to slowly increase the length of the breath to match inhale to the length of exhale. And ideally, you're going to get to a place where when you take that breath and you reach retention, the bottom of the holding the breath, you actually have to take a beat to shift into the exhalation. And the same will happen at the bottom or at the top of suspension. When you're exhaling all of your breath, you'll have to take a beat to shift into the inhale. So let's work 4 of those breaths and get yourself into that length of rhythm. Keeping the face relaxed, unclenching the teeth. All right, with our next inhale, let's connect to that breath a sweep of the arms toward the ceiling. We're going to move the speed of the body, or connect the speed of the body, to the length of the breath. And then we're going to initiate with the breath before we move the body. So breath first, then moving of the body. All right, we're going to come up and take our first forward fold. So let's inhale into the extension. And now let's exhale. We're going to roll and tuck into a very easy forward fold. So I'm just going to rest my hands in front of me, dropping into the elbows and just letting my body hang. We're going to inhale the length of the arms without locking elbows. Just feel stretch and long through the spine. Get tall from hip to rib. And then as we exhale, we're going to tuck chin and just take that dip of the elbows. And this is our last exhale in this position. So we're going to relax that ocean swelling breath. Walk the hands back. And we're going to, if you're seated and cross-legged, if you have one leg in, one leg out, we're going to switch the placement of those legs. And we're going to do that again. So let's work ourselves into the arm sweep with our ocean swelling breath. So let's exhale all the air out of the lungs. And let's begin our inhale. And then connect that sweep. And now let's take our forward fold. So we're tracing those fingers down with the exhale, rolling through the chin. I'm just going to rest those hands comfortably in front of me and take this dip into the elbows. Inhaling, then extending the body to length of the arms, just flatten the back, keep the chin tucked, and then exhaling, dipping into that bow again, just letting the elbows relax. All right, we're going to release the activity in that breath, the energy. Walk those hands back, taking a nice big stretch. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. We're going to move to hands and knees and start. I'm going to pad my knees with a blanket. And we are going to start this low level flow. So resting the hands on the mat side by side. And then placing the knees around those fists. Just a little wider of a stance with the legs so that while we're moving, we have stability. We're going to start in standing on the knees. So we're going to start with Vajrasana. I'm going to balance my weight side to side and a little rock, a little forward, a little back. You want to make sure that you're not too far back into the toward the heels because you'll activate and feel that work in your quads. And you don't want to be too far forward because see, you'll lose your balance and your toes will come off the mat. So I want you to balance the weight right in the core, be soft in kind of in this square space. It's not 4 dimensions, but relax that shoulder. So let's start with our ocean swelling breath. We're just going to take 2 or 3 to get started with the arm sweep, and then we'll add our fold. So exhale all the air out of the lungs. And then let's start with the inhale. Connect that sweep toward the ceiling. We're going to take 2 more just like that. Let's add our fold here. So we'll start with the exhale. I'm going to lean back into the hips. Release the body over the top of the waistband. Control the bow with the core and drop into this round fold. Initiate the inhale. Slowly unwind from the center of the body up. And take that stretch. We're going to take 6 repetitions here. So that was 1. If you run out of breath and you feel like you're gasping, go ahead and take a little sip of air in the middle of that fold so that you can continue that exhale. You will, over time and in varying conditions, build your length and balance of breath. And maybe, like today, it's smoky. It might be a struggle to take that deep, balanced inhale. If you're like me and you are recovering from COVID, I had a very long hauler, hard case of COVID, 8 weeks in bed. Even just breathing regularly is a struggle. So give yourself that room. And we have 2 more of these to do. And now let's release to our bow. You can keep your hands back at the heels, or you can extend them out in front of the body. We're going to take a rest here, a stay. 4 deep breaths. Move those elbows out to the edge of the mat. Tuck the forehead down. And we're just going to take 4 balanced breaths as best we can. We're going to come forward through the belly. We're going to take our Bhujangasana. So just release on down, little walk side back with the feet, little rock side to side. We're taking the chin down, tucking the forehead. Elbows are tucked into the ribs. Hands are a little in front of the shoulder. Exhale all the air out of the lungs. And initiate that inhale. Slowly lift the upper body, tuck the shoulder blades into the ribs. Lift with the core, squeeze through the back. Exhale, release into the fold. We're not pushing into the arms. We're not pushing into the hands. We're engaging through the back. We're lifting with the core. Try to keep the glutes and quads relaxed. Keep that chin tucked at the top of that inhale. Two more. All right, we're going to rest here for just a breath or two. We want to relax the body, relax the breath. Notice the energy you're feeling from shoulders to knees. We're going to move the hands back underneath the shoulders. We're going to peel off the mat. And let's move into child's pose. So let's adjust the knees, take a little rock side to side, release for the fold. We're going to work down through our Chakravarkasana bow. And we're going to start with the inhale. So I'm relaxed here. I'm going to relax and exhale all the air out of the lungs. And now with my inhale, I'm coming straight forward. I'm not dipping the chest. I'm not dipping the elbows. I'm flat in the back, soft in the elbows. And as I exhale, bow the chin. Take the forearms to the mat first. Scoop the belly, tuck the tailbone. Now draw back toward the heels. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. With 3 more repetitions, exactly like that. Relax into this child's pose. We're just going to take resting breath. And now let's come forward. I'm going to step my left foot out in front of myself. We're going to do an Anjanasana flow, Ekapada Ustrasana, and we're going to move in between. So it's in between Ekapada Ustrasana or Anjanasana, and then Parsvatasana or Hanuman. I call this Hanuman. So I want you to move that left foot forward so that you're feeling a little overextended. I'm going to stay in the bow, so I'm resting on my knuckles. And right now I'm in balanced. I'm not forward or back. As we move forward, we're going to inhale. So let's inhale and then lengthen the body. Keep the chin tucked. And then as we exhale, we're going to lengthen that leg, soft bend in the knee, bow. Inhaling, start with the inhale. We rock forward, we press that knee. We're going to keep that knee stacked right over the heel. Exhale, draw the belly in, draw back. Keep a slight bend in the knee and take a shallow bow. 4 more, just like that. Two more repetitions. And now we're going to press forward into that heel. We're going to take a 6-breath stay. So you can come off this and keep it a little less powerful, but I'm going to drop into my strongest position. You have to decide. And if you notice during your breathing, during the stay, that you need to come off of that a little bit, just lift the hips slightly to take that, the strain, the anxiety out of the muscles. So let's just breathe here. The other thing in this position is if you had 2 blocks, you could come up a little bit and you might be a little bit more comfortable. 2 more deep balanced breaths. All right, we're going to lengthen, walk back and take that Anjasana, this Hanuman, soft in the knee, little bow forward. Let's take our 4 deep balanced breaths here. Staying soft in the elbows. All right, we're going to move the heel back just a little. We're going to move the heel out just a little. And I'm going to bring both hands to the inside of my ankle. And I'm going to let that knee roll out, let that foot come off. You can stay here on your hands. You can come down to the block on your elbows, which is where I'm going to go, or you could go down to the floor. It's entirely up to you. I want you to listen to the hip, listen to the quad, and we're going to take a 6 breath stay here. I call this one lizard pose. I think people call it, this one might be what people call Anjanasana. And let's just breathe. And we're going to just slowly walk ourselves out of that. I want you to work that front foot around to the back. Woo, some energy. Let's take a child's pose. And now we're going to work a little bowing. I don't know. This is going to be a low dog movement. I don't even know what to call it. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. So we're going to come forward with our inhale. And now I am going to overextend my hands a little further because we're going to come back, keeping the hips up, keeping the shoulders shrugged away from the ears and soft in the elbows. I want to come back into this maybe, it's a downward facing dog, upper body, but we're on our knees. We're going to inhale to flat back. Exhaling. I'm going to call this low dog. You low down dirty dog. No. Sorry, I digressed from our Viniyoga. Keeping those elbows soft, keeping the shoulders shrugged open. Flat in the upper back, long in the low back. One more return. Let's come forward through the inhale and we're going to release, walk the hands all the way back for a little child's pose. And just let's take a few resting breaths here. Just relax, wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Let's notice the energy from the elbows to the hips. All right, we're going to come forward to hands and knees. And now I'm going to move my right foot out for that Ekapada Ustrasana Hanuman flow. So keep it a little overextended. Ooh, I can feel the energy on that one. I'm going to balance my hips so I'm not forward, I'm not back. And I'm going to exhale all the air out of the lungs. And let's start with the inhale. We're inhaling forward, keep the chin tucked. Lengthen the body through that ocean swelling. Inhale. Exhaling, drawing the body back. Soft bend in the knee, little bow. Two more of these repetitions. All right. I'm going to come forward for my stay, and because Mama just had a hot flash, I'm going to take a layer off. All right, let's press forward into our Ekapada Ustrasana stay. So again, you can go deep into that hip. You can come up a little bit. I want you to control the strength of this press. We're going to hold here 4 inhales, 4 exhales. Let's draw back. Slight extension of that leg. Little bow. Tuck those toes down. And let's take our 4 inhales and exhales here. One more inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to come forward. I'm going to heel toe that foot out a little and taking both hands to the insides of that foot. Now again, I'm going to come to the block on its long side, but you can stay here, soft in the elbows. You can come to the block. You can come to the floor. You're just going to let that knee roll out. Let that toe come off if it needs to. Take your bow and let's take our breaths. And let's slowly come out of that one. Slow, slow, slow. Woo. I'm going to heel toe that foot back. Whew. Take a little sway side to side and let's release into child's pose. We're just going to take a little bow. Open up those elbows and relax and relax, relax, relax. All right, we're going to come forward to hands and knees. I'm going to move those hands out. So I'm a little overextended into the upper body. And we're going to work this low dog. So soften the elbows, relax the shoulders, unclench the teeth. Let's start with the inhale. All right, we're going to take our downward facing dog upper body. Lean the hips back, flatten through the back, stretch from ribs to hips. Soften the elbows. Inhaling just into that hand and knee pose. Let's draw back, soften the elbows, shrug the shoulders down away from the ears. The head is relaxed. You're using the core to flatten the back and stretch the space from the shoulders to the hips. Two more, just like that. And let's come forward. We're going to walk up. We're going to switch to seated and come to our backs. I'm going to slowly ease myself down. Ooh. I'm going to grab my plan. I have marsupial control of my toes. All right, let's get a little even. We're going to take a little pelvic tilt because we want to release some of that energy. In the low back, roll those shoulders open. Take the heels close to the glutes. Tuck the chin. Exhale all the air out of the lungs. Inhaling, we're just tilting up. Taking that stretch and releasing down. Two more, exactly like that. All right, we're going to take right foot over left knee. We're going to work our active figure fours. So let's exhale all the air out of the lungs. We're going to start our ocean swelling breath. We're going to take 6 repetitions with a 4-breath stay, and then we're going to switch sides. So exhale all the air out of the lungs to prepare. Take a big inhale in position. And now we exhale, we're drawing that knee up with the core. Give me a little tilt of the hips at the top. Inhaling, unwind. Exhaling. Two more. 3 more, sorry. All right, we're going to bring that knee up. We're going to slide the left hand up the back of the leg. We're going to hold on to that leg. And we're going to take our 4-breath stay here as best you can. 4 deep inhales, 4 exhales. Relax that shoulder. Keep everything relaxed and open. And release that leg. Let's just take both feet to the floor. I want you to take a few resting breaths right here. Just notice the energy on the right side of the body. All right, left foot over right knee. Open up that knee. Nice big inhale to start with. And begin that exhale. Draw the knee up. Give me the little tilt of the tailbone at the top of that lift. Three more. And let's bring that knee up. We're sliding the right hand up the back of the leg, holding on behind the knee. Let's take our 4 breaths. Stay right here. Let's release that foot down. Take both feet to the mat. We're going to work a little out to the edge of the mat with the big toes. We're going to take our windshield wiper sweeps and finish off with some Apanasana. And then we're working into Shavasana. So nice big inhale. Exhale, let those knees drift over to one side. Inhaling and sweeping over. Two more in both directions. All right, we're going to bring our feet in. Let's just take a resting breath. I want you to notice the energy from the shoulders to the knees. All right, we're going to take 8 rounds of Apanasana. So let's tuck the fingertips over the knees. Rest the legs into the length of the arms. Relax the shoulders, tuck the chin. Big inhale to start out with. And we're exhaling, drawing knees in, tucking the tailbone up, lift those hips. Inhaling, unwind. That's it. Let's just keep moving. Four more, just exactly like that. Two more to finish off. All right, let's release feet to the mat, knees to the ceiling. I want you to take a little rock side to side. And now you're going to decide, are you going to keep your feet on the mat? Are you going to extend legs? Or where are you going to rest your arms? We're working right into Shavasana, final relaxation. Relax the breath, soft, easy inhale, soft, silent exhale. And now let's pull that attention and awareness into the space and quality of our forehead. I want you to notice all those tiny little muscles and nerve endings across the line of the eyebrows. And let's release that energy out. Feel them smooth. Let the eyes rest into the sockets of the skull. Feel soft through the eyelids and around the cheeks. Let the tongue relax away from the roof of the mouth. Unclench the teeth. Let's drop down through both sides of the neck and feel that energy drain. Release the shoulder caps down through biceps and triceps. Relax through the forearms, a little wiggle, and the fingers roll the wrists, and then release the upper body heavily into the floor. Feel the shoulder blades get heavy, and notice the length of the spine from the base of the neck down through the shoulder blades, both sides of the ribs. Little tuck of the tailbone, release the glutes, maybe a little rock side to side, and now let the torso rest heavily into the floor. I want you to relax the energy through those quads from hip to knee. Feel the back of the leg through the hammies relax. Maybe just a little flexion of the calves or a rock side to side. And now wiggle the toes and release the lower body completely toward the floor. Pull that attention and awareness into the state and quality of your thinking and check in. There might be some to-dos clamoring for your attention. I want you to slide them off to the side. Holding that silent space, let the emotions relax. And then let's anchor our awareness to the breath. And we're just going to follow that easy, relaxed inhale and exhale. All right, let's draw some deeper breaths into the lungs. Wiggling fingers, roll the wrists. If your legs are if your feet are on the mat, let's lengthen the legs. Give a little wiggle of the toes and roll the ankles. Big open arm stretch. Reach away from the center of the body. And now let's slide those arms up over the head and take that yawning, getting out of bed stretch. Releasing those arms down to the hips. Bring a knee up. Give it a squeeze. I'm going to bring the other knee up and give it a squeeze, tucking in, and then rocking side to side. Roll from one hip, cross to the other. All right, wherever you're at, we're going to rock completely over to one side. Let's rest our head on our arms. We're going to take 3 or 4 breaths right there. Just easy inhales, easy exhales. All right, I'm going to start working my way up to seated. I'm going to extend my top leg, walk my hands underneath the body, and move myself into comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. Rock side to side. Let's take some big open rolls back with the elbows and the shoulders. I'm going to tuck my fingers over the tops of my knees. I'm going to take a big lean in one direction, letting myself hang through the length of the arm. So I'm feeling that from behind my ear, across the shoulder, down into the wrist. Release the chin forward and bow, and let's take that other lean. Releasing the chin to center. A little roll of the shoulders. Let's settle shoulders over ribs, ribs over hips. And we're going to take a scan of the body, checking in state and quality of the physical form. No judgment, no ownership. We're just taking a scan. Moving that attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking. Check in. Holding into that silence, let's start sliding some of our to-dos back into our queue. A little bit of elbow room, no pushing, no shoving. Welcome to the circus, people. Welcome to the circus. Holy Toledo. Pulling that attention and awareness into the state and quality of our breathing. Soft, easy inhale, soft, silent exhale. And finally, let's just relax out of that practice, releasing everything. I'm going to take a little stretch to the ceiling. You don't have to join me if it's not going to feel your jam. Releasing all of that down and back, taking a moment to honor your body for doing what you asked it to do today and all the hard work it does to get you from one end of the week to the other. Thank you so much for joining me for my online gig, Fucking Yoga Company online. My name is Julia. keeping me safe, keeping you safe, and keeping our groove on. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at yoga@jclynn.com. The website is www.theefffing yogablog.com. Keep an eye out for the book release, book news, the fucking yoga book, Yoga for the Rest of Us. All of the benefits, none of the bullshit. Thank you so much for, as always, the support and keeping an eye out on things. I have nothing more, so I hope your weekend is well. I hope your Friday goes smoothly, and I hope the assholes in your life are few. Thank you so much for supporting me online. I really appreciate it. Enjoy your day.